The Atlantic Forest. Once a vast, verdant landscape teeming with life, it was a sanctuary for countless species, a thriving ecosystem that played a crucial role in the planet's health. It now stands on the brink of irreversible change, facing threats that could alter its existence forever. Reduced to a fraction of its former glory, deforestation and degradation are eating away at its fringes, leaving scars on the landscape. What were once connected habitats are now isolated islands, struggling to support life, creating a fragmented ecosystem that is increasingly vulnerable. The forest's incredible biodiversity is under siege, with many species facing the threat of extinction. This is not merely a tragedy for countless species but for humanity as well, as we depend on the forest for resources and ecological balance. The forest's demise impacts climate regulation and water security, affecting weather patterns and the availability of fresh water. The situation is dire but not hopeless. Efforts are underway to restore and protect what remains. There is still time to act and reverse the tide of destruction through reforestation and sustainable practices. The time for action is now. Together we can ensure the survival of this vital ecosystem for future generations. The decline of the Atlantic forest is a tale of human actions, a narrative shaped by relentless exploitation and disregard for nature's balance. Deforestation, driven by agricultural expansion, urban sprawl and illegal logging, lies at the heart of the problem. These activities have accelerated the degradation of one of the world's most vital ecosystems. Each year, vast swaths of forest are cleared for cattle ranches, soybean plantations, and other agriculture. This relentless clearing not only destroys the forest but also disrupts the lives of countless species. The thirst for timber further fuels the destruction, as logging trucks carry away the remnants of what was once a thriving forest. Habitats are fragmented, species pushed towards extinction, and the forest's ability to regulate climate and water cycles is compromised. The ripple effects of this destruction are felt far and wide. Recent data paints a grim picture of mature forest loss, highlighting the urgent need for action to protect these irreplaceable ecosystems. These ancient forests, some centuries old, are irreplaceable. Their loss signifies not just the end of trees but the end of an era of natural history. Despite legal protections, illegal deforestation continues, driven by a lack of enforcement and quick profits. This ongoing illegal activity undermines efforts to conserve what remains. This illicit trade undermines conservation efforts, making it even more challenging to protect the forest and its inhabitants. The cycle of destruction perpetuates, creating a seemingly endless loop of loss and degradation. The future of the Atlantic forest hangs in the balance. The challenges facing the Atlantic forest are not limited to human actions alone. Natural forces are also at play, creating a complex web of threats that endanger this vital ecosystem. Climate change casts a long shadow over the forest's future, altering weather patterns and creating unpredictable conditions. As global temperatures rise and precipitation patterns shift, the delicate balance of the ecosystem is disrupted. This leads to severe consequences for both plant and animal life. Increased temperatures stress flora and fauna, pushing species beyond their limits. Many struggle to adapt to the rapid changes. Changes in rainfall patterns lead to more frequent droughts and floods, which further destabilize the environment. These extreme weather events devastate entire ecosystems, leaving lasting scars on the landscape. The forest's fragmented state exacerbates its vulnerability to climate change, making it harder for species to migrate and adapt. Isolated forests trap species unable to escape changing conditions. This isolation can lead to a decline in biodiversity. the forest's ability to absorb carbon is diminished, contributing to the global climate crisis. This loss of carbon sequestration capacity has far-reaching impacts. The consequences extend beyond the forest itself, affecting nearby communities and ecosystems. The health of the Atlantic forest is intrinsically linked to the well-being of our planet. Section 4. Why the Atlantic forest matters. The fate of the Atlantic forest extends far beyond Brazil. This ecological treasure is a vital organ in Earth's life support system, providing essential services. The forest regulates water cycles, ensuring a steady supply of clean water to millions. It acts as a massive carbon sink, absorbing vast quantities of carbon dioxide. Protecting and restoring the forest is crucial in combating the global climate crisis. The forest harbors an estimated 10% of the world's known plant species. Its genetic diversity holds immense potential for scientific discovery. Section 5. Safeguarding the future. The plight of the Atlantic forest is a stark reminder of our planet's interconnectedness. We must act now to protect this irreplaceable ecosystem. Addressing the challenges requires a multifaceted approach. Strengthening law enforcement to combat illegal deforestation is a top priority. This includes greater investment in monitoring systems and stricter penalties. Promoting sustainable land management practices is essential. Empowering local communities and recognizing indigenous rights are crucial steps. Indigenous knowledge and practices are invaluable in conservation efforts. By embracing collective responsibility, we can ensure the forest thrives for generations to come.